Hey, what's up guys? Northwestnectarvapes here, and today we are taking a look at the Baby Beast by Smok. You can see the box right there. I'm thoroughly impressed with it so far. I cannot complain about it at all. The coil I have in there right now is the second one that comes in the same package. It's a 0.15 ohms, 50 to 100 watt. Is what you can run it in between, and they suggest 60 to 80 watts. And so, like usual, I like to just start all the way down at the bottom at the 50 watts a minimum, just to kind of see what it does. It is on the Smok X Cube 2. This used to be my every single day mod until I got the H Priv with the TF V8, but they both work just as well. They're both good mods. So yeah, let's give it a shot at 50 watts. So you can see that's the lowest range there is a 50 watts, and one thing you'll notice is you definitely have to set a little bit longer because it's the airflow is a little bit more restricted. It's not bad at all. I'm not disappointed with it or anything like that, but it does take a little bit longer, where this thing you can pull a full breath through it really quick and still get a huge cloud out of it. So that was a TF V8. It took like what, a second? And this guy, I mean, it tells me on the screen here, that's 5 seconds of pulling on it at 50 watts. Granted, when I pulled on this for 1 second, that's at 160 watts. And you're definitely getting that cloud production out of it. But as far as the Baby Beast goes, I mean, it's substantially smaller than the other one, so you're going to expect lower airflow, and you're going to expect a smaller cloud overall. But for what it's out there for and what it's marketed for, it definitely does compare with the TF V8, and it is a good alternative. If you're looking for something a little bit smaller, a little more compact, still chucks clouds great, and the flavor on it is absolutely amazing. Like I was saying, airflow, you can see if we line these up side by side, they are similar, but the airflow on this guy, let's see, now you can kind of see through the slot there. Airflow on the black one is a little bit smaller. So let's go ahead and crank it up a little bit. We were at 50 watts, let's bring it up to 60, which is their suggested bottom range for vaping on it. Kind of see how it goes. And again, I'll go for like a 5-second pull again because of the airflow restriction and a little bit less power compared to the other one. So you can see you're still getting really good clouds out of it. The flavor is definitely there. You know, only running it at 60 watts compared to the 160 on that. That one had 100 watts above it. This is going to conserve your juice a little bit better while still getting the flavor and still being able to chase the clouds. And that was at the bottom of the range. This thing still has a lot to go. And with that being said, let's kick it up a little bit. Let's go for 75 watts. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit warmer there. It is less wire in this one, of course, being this is a quad coil that I have in here right now. And it is a little bit warmer at 75 watts. It's not uncomfortable, it's not bad at all. And like I was saying, they suggest up to 80 watts, but it can go up to 110. So I figured I'll just give a little bit of a report on how hot it feels. But the flavor is still there. It's not getting rid of the flavor for cloud production. And yeah, let's kick it up to 80 here, give that a shot. There you go. I mean, pretty much the same thing. It is. It's a little bit warm up there towards the top, but it's not uncomfortable. It's not bad at all, and it's definitely not going to be bad for your setup either, which is nice for people that like a little bit warmer of a vape. Pull time is definitely longer. Like I was saying, that's something weird to get used to. Used to holding this all day, and it's just really quick. And just like that, you have a a full breath in compared to where this one is. Of course, I mean, even if you just look at the chuff caps there, and it's hard to tell. That's a little bit easier to tell. There is a big difference in it. The base, the diameter of these tanks, this one is a lot smaller, including the tube going up to the chuff cap, of course. So it is going to be more restricted airflow, but it's not something that bothers me at all. But I can't say enough about the flavor production in this. I really like the TFV8. Great flavor production, very intense. But I do want to say that I think this might have a little bit more flavor than this guy does, and I think it's strictly because of the less airflow. You're getting a more concentrated, thicker cloud. See the box here? That's like I've shown before. That's the box that it comes in. You know, it's 510 thread on it, standard. It weighs 47 grams, it says, and it's a 3 ml juice capacity on this, so it is a bit smaller in that manner. It is, you know, of course, it's not a huge tank like the other one, but it is a bit smaller. But you're also running at less wattage, so it's not like it's you're constantly having to fill it up. You fill it up a fair amount, but that's the same with this, guys. It's chucking big clouds and a lot less time that you're pulling off of it. Same with this guy, it just takes longer, so it's not like you're just going to empty your juice out right away. That being said, I'll go ahead and, like I said, this guy goes up to 110 watts. I'll bring it up to 95, kind of show you more towards the top range what it'll pull at. You can see super nice thick clouds. And to bring it right up to the top, we'll bring it right at 110 and give you guys a look at what that looks like. A little bit past there, 110, there we go. Yeah, you definitely are losing a little bit of the flavor, and as you can see here, make that to where it can show up there. You see all the bubbles coming out of it because it is sucking a lot of juice up at that point in time when you run that high of a wattage. And so you just want to be making sure that you're not drying the cotton, the wicks out in there. If you do, constantly pull off it at that. Otherwise, I could definitely see where you could end up with a burnt coil or burnt cotton in that manner from pulling on it that much at that high. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at it here, and I'll show you what comes in the box, how it comes, and yeah, how it's laid out. So you can see there, that's the box that it comes in. It's a Smok Baby Beast TFV8 Baby. In comparison to the bigger brother there, the Cloud Beast TFV8 Full. The box size is fairly similar. It's not a huge difference. But yeah, let's take a look at that. So this is just a sleeve, just like the other ones there. Pop that out. Pull it off, and it comes in the nice little Smok box there. And that guy slides right off the top. And then inside of it, you're going to see, of course, where the tank would be. And then you got your extra glass piece here. That's always good. In case you drop one, you break one. It's nice to have a backup. And then down here you have the coil that initially comes inside the tank that I took out because I wanted the stronger coil. This one, you can see the suggested is 55 to 65 watts. I definitely wanted to run the stronger one to begin with because I like a warmer vape, and I have not given this one a shot yet, but I do have it sitting here and waiting to be used in the future. And so there's that guy there. You can see the machine work on it's really good. The threads are all really nice. The airflow is completely all the way through. That's the same with both coils, which is very important for good cooling, good cloud production, and everything like that. And the difference you'll notice on this one is this is 0.4 ohms compared to the other ones in the TFV8, as well as the one that's in my Baby Beast right now is 0.15 ohms. So that is definitely a little bit different. And this guy has an insert it'll just slide right out. And underneath, you have another panel to pull out that insert sits on top of. Then you can see you got a couple rings in here. These are made to go on your tank. I like to usually keep them on there. That keeps it from shattering, in my opinion. If it hits the ground, it gives it a little bit more cushion, something to land on rather than just straight glass. And I actually have dropped both my tanks multiple times before, and they haven't broken yet, so can't complain about that. And you got the bag of rings right here, extra rings, extra O-rings. You got the top cap right there, that goes around the fill hole. And then you got these two red ones right here. And you could actually replace those in here, but those are what go right there and right there. And although the colors look kind of interesting right now, these ones are orange. The ones that are on the tank right now are orange, and these ones are red, so it's kind of hard to tell the difference between them. It's a little bit easier in person, but if you want to swap that out, you prefer that, that's always doable. And then you got the other O-rings that go around where the top, the chimney in here attaches to the top up there, as well as where the chuff cap goes in down here. You got O-rings in there too that you can replace out. And so that's pretty much what you're getting out of the box. I mean, it's not a bad price at all. The package isn't bad. I paid $32 shipped with expedite shipping for the TF V8, and this guy was $21 shipped. It's expedite shipping, and this is the Baby Beast, of course. And I mean, I'm happy with the package. This one down here, that's the TF V8 Beast tank. It does have a rebuildable deck in it, as compared to where you can see up here, there's two pre-built coils that come with the Baby Beast, and there's not a rebuildable deck. Although I've never tried the rebuildable deck anyway, so I'm perfectly happy without that. But that is something to consider if you like to build your own stuff. And that's really, I mean, the only thing that's missing out of the package between the two. It's, you know, size difference. Of course, there's quite a bit of a size difference there. But the overall output and the performance of both of these I'm very happy with, and I now use them both on a daily basis, depending if I want to change flavor, if I want something smaller to toss in my pocket. It's kind of ironic that I have the TF V8 on the H Priv, which is the smaller mod, and the Baby Beast on the bigger mod, and it is a fair amount heavier, a fair amount bigger. That's perfectly matched up at the bottom there. But it is, the reason being is this H Priv goes up to 220 watts temperature control, which I never use temperature control, probably never will. And this guy goes up to 180 watts. It's 160 watts temperature control out of the box, but you can do a firmware upgrade and it brings it up to 180. And it just being less wattage overall, I put this guy on there because sometimes I like to run this a little bit hotter depending on what I'm doing. And I want to be able to have the higher wattage there if I want it. And so overall, they're really good. They're both good options to go with. Baby Beast is a little bit cheaper. Like I said, it doesn't have the buildable deck, but the flavor, the cloud production, and the build quality and usability of it, performance, is very good. So yeah, that's just a quick look between a little bit of a comparison between the TF V8 and the Baby Beast and how I like each one of them. And I mean, they both do their job. They both pull crazy clouds. Can't complain about either one of them at all. You know, I noticed that the top cap on this one, it's easier to fill, it's easier to open and close on the Baby Beast than it is the TF V8. And I mean, they're both going to have their things that they work better for. If you're not looking to get up there and vape up to the 180 watts maximum on the TF V8, stick with the Baby Beast, and I think you'll be more than happy with the performance that it puts out for you. And the smaller package looks nice and sleek, fits on a lot of mods, and it won't look weird. And yeah, you just really can't beat the flavor. You just can't beat the fact that it's super easy to use, super easy to carry with you every day. And flavor and the cloud production out of it is awesome. I've been using it for about 2 weeks now, and I haven't had to replace anything on it, the coil, anything like that. I use it every day. Might not be true for some people, but I'm pretty careful about watching my juice levels, not overheating it, stuff like that. If you're looking for something you can fill up and it'll treat you really good, try out the Baby Beast, because it's definitely at the top of my list for tanks. Like I said, I always used to be an RDA guy, but really now, since these came out, all I'm using is the 2 Smok box mods, as well as their 2 tanks they have out that are the Beast family, if you want to call it. The Baby Beast and the TFV8 Cloud Beast. So, can't really beat it. If you guys want to know anything more about it, let me know in the comments, and I'll get back to you guys with the information you're looking for, and take it easy.